Alright, so I'm back online. Um, Everything's great. Is it streaming well? Hopefully. Anyway, so I soldiered everything here. Like that. So I soldiered everything here without flux. Hopefully it's gonna last a long time. I just put a lot of electrical soldier, which is basically, it should be what's the chemical? Olova? What is it? Olova. Tin. So I soldiered to the according pads, and now I'm soldering to the holders for the wire connection. So this is minus. Martin. That's my dog. Mm.
fact that you were willing to put your life on the line to save me, my family, and all the other souls on this plane is nothing short of outstanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, just a backpack to the back of the head. I was an almost responder.
Martin.
I know I would never be good at that animal rescue stuff. I wouldn't be good. You ever see news footage of some wild horse stuck in the woods?
Martin.
They got to bring trucks in and chains and harnesses, figure out how to get down into the ravine, get the harness around his horse while it's going berserk, and pull this thing
So
out while
two
it's kicking
soldiers.
nuts, and get close enough to get the harness off without getting hurt. As soon as they do, it just falls into the woods.
Yeah, these are more soft. Where do I get cables like that? Like the cables on my battery, much softer than these guys. Should have bought different cords to use. Anyways, the more you do, the more you learn, I guess. Well, today I learned that I need to calibrate 3D printer. Probably like after every 5 prints or so. And the reason why I figured that out because there was the models that I was printing were skewed on one side, so it all fell apart on one side, but then was good on another. So I was like, that means that only one side is bad. Because I thought it was, I'm printing on a paper, just regular piece of paper, so it will stick better rather than to glass. And I've been using that piece of paper for quite a few times already, so I thought maybe there's something wrong with the surface of the paper already. Maybe it's oily or whatever. So I replaced that. That didn't help. I thought maybe I should use the support for the 3D printer settings. That didn't help either. So next option would be calibration, and that helped. Right now it's printing another case for the motor, one of 3 brushless motors that are going to be on the drone, on the Scout. And and that should be good. I checked it, it's printing well, no skewing, everything is nice and clean. Alright, so I got this Burning Man right here. And I also want to take some long cables and use them to power Arduino. I have right here Arduino Uno. Alright, I'm trying to. I watched some tutorials on YouTube. I believe if you run to ground and Vin
Yes, it's ridiculous. So why is it normal for bands?
up to 12 volts, but it should be more than 5. So I thought first this PDB, which is power distribution board, has two options, which is either 5 volts or 12 volts. I thought maybe, I mean, Uno works on 5 volts, so I thought maybe I should power it with 5 volts only. I can power it via USB, which is option 1. I can power it just regularly, just running this to like a 5 volt pin right here, or just like connecting into the breadboard so it runs Arduino and the rest of the scheme. But I found this option of running 12 volts, the most suitable, because supposedly that VCC or VIN pin is has some safety protection in case something happens. It's not gonna burn the board quickly. So I decided to give this a try first.
I don't think he's finished yet. Ever look at that monstrosity? He must have thought there was a deadline at the patent office. He probably just ran in and threw that on the counter.
Fuck.
I'm too late. What in the world is that? It's a bag! I'm stuck in it! Stuck the parts in the bag!
Why is it so fucking hard?
Backlash! I see it.
Oh my god.
Why? What does it do? What does it do? It's a bag with a punch! Stuck it in and out of it! What does it do? What does it do? What does it do? How can you tell if anybody's ever played the puzzle? The guy over here. He's the best. This guy over here. He doesn't know how to play that thing. Stick your elbow toward the bag. Everybody knows that. You guys are wonderful.
Mm. It's so fucking tight here. Mm.
Well, it was my New Year's resolution to lose 15 pounds this year. Only got 25 pounds to go. I read recently Kim Jong-un is considering outlawing sarcasm in North Korea. I wonder if he proposed that to his team and one of his generals said, "Oh yeah, that'll work." So this is weird. If you don't have any points, you have to say love. You don't say it like that with other things, like your checking account.
Let's try it.
No! I've got love! Apparently the Israelis
So I have
and the internet getting along. I say we
this
send a
motor.
good dad over there. What in the hell is going on over here? Well, he started
Here's the
it.
battery. I
He
have this
started it. I
battery.
don't care who started it. No!
So this battery goes to the main unit. Oh, fuck. Is there any way to like better hold it? I guess not. Out power Arduino. Let's see if it's not gonna burn. It would be funny if it will. I'll put it in the ground. I'm gonna put this thing 12 volts. Well, doesn't smell like it's burning yet, which is a good sign. So connecting my ASC. I already have the preloaded sketch, which basically makes me has a control of the voltage relay, basically, or whatever you call it. So you can control the voltage, which sends the signal to the brushless motor and controls RPM. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, let's test it. By the way, I just realized I made a stupid mistake. I would need to replace these two. These two needs to be father, meaning mother. These all need to be mother. Let's go. So it works. Right, cool. Let's replace these two guys. Probably run the breadboard. Command G. These connectors that I bought, pretty tight, really hard to get out. So I need this guy and this guy. Alrighty, disconnect. Play Brian Regan. I'm having the Netflix stand-up specials night tonight. I need to eat some. I need to walk the dog. Okay, let's finish it quick. Replace these two guys and call it a day for this part. And obviously my print is still printing. Probably it's gonna work for another hour and a half, maybe. So
honored by that. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much, everybody. Well, it was my New Year's resolution to lose 15 pounds this year. Only got 25 pounds to go. Little by little. I gained 10 pounds just for that joke. That's how dedicated I am. I learned there are milestones in putting on a few pounds. Little moments where you go, hey, that was new. It used to be I would put on my underwear and that was it. I just get on with my day. Then you put on a few pounds, you put on your underwear, you bend over, and your waistband flips down. Stand back up, and it flaps back into place.
Still hitting up.
With an awkward little snap. Whoa, that hurt and felt nice. Then you put on
So I also need to figure out how to basically run.
Stand back up, it doesn't flap back into place. Hey, where was the
I need to run a couple of things. I need to run Arduino board.
Well, I just hit a brand new milestone.
That's one.
The other day,
That's
I put on
here.
underwear.
I need to
I didn't even
run
have to bend over.
Raspberry
My
Pi.
waistband just flipped down.
That's two. And you need to run a bunch of sensors, which I probably will run through the breadboard or
I'm at the
something.
point I have to ask, is my underwear
See.
on?
Yeah, lots of things to figure
How
out.
would I know? You get some interesting compliments when you put on weight. I had a woman come up to me after a show, and she said, "You are so smart to wear vertical stripes." Thank you. That's very cagey how you threw a cloak over an insult with a compliment. That's like saying, "You are so gracious not to show your ugly face in public." Have you heard? People think I'm smart and gracious. Somebody told me TV adds 10 pounds. I didn't believe it until I was watching this nature show about ants, and I was like,
This one
wow!
doesn't work for me right now.
Those things look like they weigh 10.0001 pounds. I immediately called the exterminator. I'm trying, man. I have a trainer, a woman. We play tennis. She beats me every time. And a couple weeks ago, I beat her for the first time, and she didn't say anything, and I thought that was weird. I didn't want to say something. "Ah, beat you." It's okay, we're putting the rackets away, and she says, "My husband and I have an announcement to make." I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" She goes, "I'm 5 months pregnant." So I beat a pregnant woman at tennis. I beat the both of you. Neither of you could handle this action. Tennis is weird. The scoring system per game in tennis is mathematically ludicrous. It doesn't make even a little bit of sense. First of all, there's no zero. If you don't have any points, you have to say love. If you don't say it like that, your opponent gets upset for some reason. How many points you have, Brian? I think you know. I've never touched the ball ever. I have zero. You have love. It don't feel like it. Why do you have to say it like that? You don't say it like that with other things, like your checking account. Oh no! I've got love! Be careful. That's the smart part of the scoring system. If you get your first shot in, he'll go, "You got 15." No, that's not possible. We just arrived. You get the next shot in, you get another 15 to a total of 30. Oh, okay, I got it. Say no more. But you get the next shot in, you get 10 points. So a total of 40. No explanation as to why this ratio is any different from the first two volleys. And so say the random gods. I award 10 at this juncture for no apparent reason. If both of you have 40, that's deuce, which I thought meant 2. And if you get the winning shot in, there's not even a point value. He'll just go game. How many points did I get? Game. What are you worried about points for? I thought we were keeping a ridiculous tally. All that mental gymnastics is out the window. Love 15, 30, 40 game. How come somebody didn't go to that first meeting, that first scoring system meeting? I know I'm late. And I hope I'm not out of line. I see all that trigonometry you have on the board. And I can only imagine you've already discussed this, but instead of that, why not 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, Charlie. You hear Charlie's idea? Charlie thinks little numbers is better than love, 15, 30, 40, deuce, my ad, 30, 50, your ad. He thinks little numbers is better than all that. Another thing I don't like about tennis, why are you allowed 2 tries for every single serve? You get a mulligan every serve? Give me the ball back. I hit it in the net. Give me the ball back. Don't I get a point? No. We're playing the most lenient game in the history of sports. I can make
we're done
error
here.
after error after error after error and still somehow be in this game. Give me the ball back. Give me the ball back. The hell? Can you imagine seeing that in other sports? A quarterback looking at a defensive back with a football. Give me the ball back. Where do you think you're going?
So the next step is gonna be, so this is what we have now, this little power man. We got 3 motors running. It's gonna be for Arduino power. I'll see if I can figure out how to run this so it will run, it will power the Raspberry Pi board as well. I think it's really possible. I believe VCC is for video equipment and stuff like that. Yeah. The next step is figure out how basically connect everything. Put the program in Arduino to run all 3 motors, and I can start testing really how the drone behaves, how the Scout behaves in water. I need to, because really all I need is here this and battery and
I don't know if anybody saw that blurb in the back of the newspaper, but I believe there's a new president.
I mean, I need to control the Scout somehow in the water.
Not politically, socially, you know? Just going to barbecues. Are we going to be talking politics or are we going to be having fun? I just want to play horseshoes. I don't want to be yelled at. I just saw the Hatfields and McCoys.
I need to somehow, basically, the next step is I can put this together without any additional features, like without GPS, without gyro. I need to order gyroscope. Yeah, I need to order the gyroscope, and but I'm not gonna install it right now. For the first step, I think I need to figure out how to connect Raspberry Pi with Arduino. And then
just keep shoving boots out. They won't know what hit them.
I have another Arduino. It's either I can have them talk to each other and control this Arduino with another Arduino, which I definitely can do, and I have everything for it. I have the radio transmitters. I have, yeah, I can definitely do that.
Speaking of problems, I read this headline. This blew me away. Apparently, the Israelis and Palestinians.
Or I can connect Arduino to Raspberry Pi, which is how it's gonna work probably anyway.
I don't know how they're gonna solve their issues. They tried violence, that hasn't worked.
We'll see.
Nothing's
But
worked.
yeah, next step
You know what they
then.
haven't tried? And I think it's worth a shot. They
Then
haven't tried a good dad. Because a good dad can solve a problem in 30 seconds.
yeah, let's try with that. Let's connect two Arduinos together. Run it through radio frequency transmitter. So I can control the motors. I want to figure out how to basically control the drone inside the water tank, because obviously none of the air drone plugins would work in this case, because you're in the water, you're not in the air. So, and plus I'm running on 3 motors. That's what I want to figure out how to do. If it even works. So I need to basically so I can put like, if I confirm that I can control motors, that's my next step basically. I'll connect 3 motors together with one Arduino. Everything is powered by this type of battery, and I can put all of this into a separate drone already, into a Scout, and run it. Start testing it in the water, see what kind of movements we need to program, and just like start tests. And then after that, I will need to figure out if it's better to have, because it's gonna have Raspberry Pi on board as well to run camera, and also to, I thought it's better to be communicated between 2 Raspberries than between 2 Arduinos. We'll see. But anyways, peace.